We were forcibly evicted from our location there, which was literally right in the middle of the Olympic Stadium. And we had a 4 or 5 year battle with the local authorities, with the London Development Agency. And we are now 100 metres away. We're closer to the Olympic Stadium than any building has ever been to any Olympic Stadium ever in living memory. Had we stayed there, we would have been able to focus on our core business, which is smoking salmon. We're the oldest salmon producers in the country. And I dare say that business would have been in a much stronger position now. When the Olympics came along, we used it as an opportunity to create some new businesses. So we've opened a restaurant, we've opened a hospitality venue, and we've even opened an art gallery, which may seem bizarre, but this part of town has the highest concentration of artists on the planet. I think it'll be a good thing for our business. There are going to be 500,000 people on our doorstep every day of the Games. If we play our cards right, we should be the most famous fish company on the planet by the end of the Olympics. So that should be a good thing.
Everyone's expectations were very, very high. I think as soon as the announcement was made, everyone thought this area is going to completely transform. Our property prices are going to, double, and it's all going to be absolutely amazing. With such a drastic regeneration project, it's too much to do overnight. As the old quote goes, Rome wasn't built in a day. And yes, this has helped things, and it's maybe sped up the regeneration process. But it's a big project. It's a big area. Newham has lots of social issues and all sorts of things to tackle. So yes, it's moving in the right direction, but these things take years and sometimes generations. A year or so ago, if you'd asked me, I would have thought we'd have hundreds, possibly even thousands of people looking for homes for short-term accommodation during the Games. As it turns out, it's been more like dozens. So it's not quite been as much demand as we expected. It almost feels like Westfield has kind of landed in the middle of Stratford, and yes, it's all new and shiny and polished, and it's a bit of a shame that you step away from that. You go to the old Stratford shopping centre, which is literally across the road, and nothing's changed there for many, many years. So there definitely does seem to be two sides of the story, and I'd say a lot of local residents still use the old shopping centre an awful lot, and probably don't venture into Westfield much because the shops aren't what they're used to, or perhaps within their sort of affordability.
What we offer is a very multi-tiered offer for shoppers. Everything from a John Lewis and a McDonald's all the way through to a Prada and Armani. Westfield actually received planning permission for the building of Westfield Stratford City before London was even awarded the 2012 Olympic Games. And in 2012, 2013, across both Westfield Stratford City and Westfield London, we will have over 50 to 60 million people coming through both of those assets, and we will deliver about £2 billion worth of retail sales. So it's a huge opportunity for both local residents and businesses. Our car park shut on the 18th of June, and they will remain closed until the end of September. However, you have unbelievable public transport access. You have Stratford Regional Train Station, you have High Speed 1 coming in from St Pancras. We're 7 minutes from the centre of London. So I think there will be a huge number of people coming.
It's going to be chaos. It's going to do absolutely nothing for me. In fact, it's going to make it harder for me with the amount of traffic and road closures and other drivers coming in from different parts of London. It's just going to bring Stratford to a standstill. We've been told there's 25,000 plus coming through Stratford an hour at various, stops and what have you. We can't cope. All it'll take is someone to jump on the line, and now we're going to get 80,000 people into the stadium. But old Stratford is not a nice place to be. And I personally believe this time next year, the whole Olympic Park would just be a waste ground.
Wolf Olins was commissioned to develop the brand for the Olympics. That's the logo, but that's actually the idea behind what these Olympics could stand for. And the idea we've branded there is like never before. It's about participation. It's not about the Olympics being for the elite athletes on the podium. It's about all the people and people's ability to engage in that. So that actually underpins an economic opportunity, because it says that a part of London, which actually has been in many ways disconnected from the creativity, the energy, the investment that drives economic activity in this great city, can now be part of that, can now participate in what London is all about. And so whether that's sponsors, whether that's retailers, whether that's new infrastructure, I think that's where we'll get some huge economic benefits coming out of the Olympics.
a lot of them are afraid of infringing branding regulations. You know, LOCOG have been so firm about that. And, you know, we know you've got to protect the Olympic sponsors. Yes, they put up quite a lot of money to make this happen. But at the end of the day, if they are so protective over their own brands that this isn't sort of welcoming for everybody and it just protects their brands, then actually all the goodwill they hope to achieve could turn into bad will.